Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us for part two of day 18 of G1 Climax 2015. We are so ready for this entire thing to finally manifest itself. So excited to see who's going to win the B block. We're going to be hitting the play button. We've got our timestamp set on New Japan World to 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 5 seconds. We're going to be hitting play on go here. 3, 2, 1, go. And we've got Honma, we've got Takahashi, and we have got the bell ringing right there. I just wanted to time it up a little bit. So, Honma and Takahashi, John, what do you think is going to happen in this match? Do you think Honma's going to maintain his little bit of a winning streak he has?
I'm not sure, partner. I'm not sure. I mean, I like Honma. I have nothing against the man personally, all the respect in the world to him. But this has been a rough go at it for him. Now, the win he got was huge because he beat the Stone Pitbull Ishii, who is just so dominant. But Takahashi, he's a wily one. He's shrewd. He's conniving. And he can beat you just like that if you give him enough time to game plan.
I think
And so,
shrewd is the exact word that I would use to describe Takahashi.
absolutely. And you know he's going to be formulating something. He's got to be thinking about something. He's got the shoulder tape going on. I don't know how much that'll come into play, but the strength of Honma there. See, it's going to be the strength of Honma versus the shrewdness and the quickness of Takahashi. And now I think we're kind of at a standstill here.
Yeah. I mean, it almost looks like Honma's in a little bit of pain, but I don't know.
I think Honma had the dominant position though because Takahashi bent a knee, but
Oh,
then
but look at
they
this.
bites out,
Yeah.
and then the kick to the gut there by Honma.
Takahashi's very crafty when he uses that.
I mean,
Again, he's doing it again.
let's keep in mind that Takahashi, if nobody believes me about how dangerous Takahashi can be, let's not forget that he was the one who pretty much sullied the rest of Nagata's G1 Climax tournament experience because he opened up, those bruised ribs. He opened up that target for everybody else in
Yeah,
his matchup with Nagata.
that's very true. No one can deny that one. And now look at
Oh, yeah.
this. Takahashi just a straight punch to Hanma's face. Whips Honma into the reversed Irish whip. Honma with the back elbow. Scoop
And
slam. Is he gonna go for a Kakashi already? He is.
will he get it here? He normally doesn't, and he doesn't here. And that's just it, though, if you're Honma. You do kind of want to dictate the pace. A nice kick there by Takahashi. But Takahashi, an interesting tournament experience, at least. Certainly didn't do the worst, but, not the most stellar record as well. I think he would like to end this thing on a high note. And that's
So
the thing.
John, over or under 2.5 missed Kakeshis?
Over.
You think he's gonna miss 3 or more?
Yeah.
Nice.
We'll see, though. We'll see. Hanma's got a renewed sense of purpose, and I think that makes him very dangerous. He got such a huge win to break his losing streak. Because, again, it wasn't a paltry win, in my estimation. Ishii's one of the best in the game right now.
And what I love too is that not only was it not a paltry win, meaning it was against somebody that was legitimate and had some level of sort of prestige to them, but it wasn't a fluke win either. It's not like Hanma just caught him in a roll up or anything. He flat out beat Ishii. He beat him to the point that he could pin his shoulders to the mat for a 3 count. And even after he got off of Ishii, he was still hurting.
I mean, we counted, and it may be hyperbole, but it seemed pretty on point, 10 Kokeshi headbutts against Ishii. And, man, he did what he had to do to put down the Pitbull. And all the respect in the world to Honma for that. But when you get a win like that, Ashton, what it must do for you psychologically, Honma must be coming into this match thinking he can beat anybody, despite the fact that the best he can finish with is 2-7. Which, to your point, he said he would wear with pride. But when you beat somebody the caliber of Ishii, man, you got to be thinking that the world is your oyster to take. And now these two guys going back and forth with the knife edge chops here.
Hanma's got some of the best knife edge chops I've ever seen in wrestling.
Great form to them. And now look at that. It's so powerful. Sends Takahashi reeling. And now again,
Oh, and
Kokeshi,
there's number 2. Should
misses
have set the line
again.
higher.
Yeah. And now Takahashi are going to try and capitalize. Maybe a fisherman's buster. No. Could it be just a vertical? Oh, wait a minute.
I'm pretty sure Honma's going to get the better of this exchange.
I think Honma has other ideas. Oh,
Oh, he
man.
has him up. He has
Oh,
him
my
up.
God.
He's got him up, John. He's
Oh,
halfway. He has him, and he got him up.
the power of Honma never ceases to amaze.
He is pretty.
I don't think anybody's ever found a counter to that deadlift vertical, but Takahashi will be no exception on this night.
Well, do you counter it? I mean, you can kick your feet all you want, but at the end of the day, it's a man lifting you off your feet with his sheer brute strength.
It's very true. I think it's so hard to fight out of a maneuver like that. And there's the forearm in the corner there, followed up by the bulldog. And now, again, can he hit it this time? And he got it. Wow, he got it. Full contact. And now the seated blockbuster here by Honma. Into the cover here.
Only a 2 count, though.
Yeah, Takahashi quick with the kick out there. And now, Honma back up. He's going to pick Takahashi up. I don't know what you do here if you're Honma, but, well, I guess that's what you do. A nice headbutt there.
Yeah, headbutts.
And now a blow to the back of the head and neck. Use the point of the elbow, I noticed. So Honma kind of upping his striking game a little bit there. Now shoots Takahashi off the ropes. Takahashi, though, hanging on. And then gets a boot to the face there. Oh, but Honma shakes it off. And then gets caught, though, and hung up on the ropes there. Hung up by the throat. And now this is a precarious position for Honma, because Takahashi likes to go for the boots here in the corner, and he gets it. Man, Takahashi in a groove now. This is not good for Honma.
Oh my, he sets Honma up on the top rope. What do you think he's going to go for here, John? Vertical suplex?
Probably a vertical suplex.
Belly to
but
belly?
No,
Belly to belly.
It looks like, wow.
Almost the Northern Lights, even.
And now look at that, going to try and get into the cover. He does, hooks the leg here. 2, and Honma stays in it. Man, Takahashi, though, I didn't know he had that level of technical prowess. That belly-to-belly off the top rope, like you said, almost a Northern Lights. Now picks Honma up by the wrists there.
Would you say that he has technical prowess if I told you that he was trying to hit a Northern Lights there? Because I feel like he might have been.
Oh, a nice forearm there makes Honma sink to his knees. I mean, I guess we'll never know. Regardless, though, what he hit was effective, and that's what matters in the final analysis.
It threw Honma off the top rope and made him land on his back really hard. That's what matters.
And I was concerned for Takahashi there, because I thought, well, if Honma counters, he could get a...
Oh, my God, a deadlift back body drop. Are you kidding me right now?
Wow, how Honma is just able to muscle through adversity is unbelievable. And now look at that, though. Takahashi staying on Honma there. A nice kick there to the midsection. And another kick. I think that one looked more to the arm and chest. And now Takahashi just staying on Honma as best as he can. And you've got to, Ashton. The thing about Honma is he feeds off of crowds. He's a momentum-based guy.
He is. That's exactly the word I was going to use, is momentum-based.
And if you can keep him grounded, it's not a guarantee that you'll win, but your odds are far more favorable under those circumstances than if Honma is allowed to get on a roll. And look at that there. Breaks out with the forearm. Takahashi follows through, though, with another boot. Now goes off the ropes. Oh, now look at that. Honma there with the back elbow, and now he's off the ropes. Oh, eats another boot. Oh, man, this back and forth here. Oh, but look at Takahashi here. Could have been the Miami Shine.
He wants it, but no.
Honma slides out. Checks the arm.
Oh, now, Honma. Oh, Takahashi had him up, but Honma just landed on his feet. Throws him against the ropes. Torpedo Kakashi. He needs to put those Torpedo Kakashis to good use. That seems to be the key. That seems to be the move that he used most frequently to beat Ishii. Brainbuster!
Excellent. Now I would go to the top rope, and we'll know he's not. He's going to try and go for the cover here. 1, 2, and that was close, but no.
So close.
No, not yet for Honma.
Come on, Honma, you can do it. Scoop Slam is going to the top rope.
Maybe a little late for that.
He might have given Takahashi a little too much time to recover, though.
See, after the Torpedo Kakeshis, I would always go for this. Honma never does, and that could be a mistake. And it was a mistake here. It was a mistake here.
It would hurt so bad.
Honma wants so badly to end this at 2-7. Could he end this at 1-8? That could have been the last gasp for Tomoaki Honma. Because here's the thing, whether you want to believe it or not, Yujiro Takahashi is a man that capitalizes on the mistakes of others. And Honma made a big mistake there.
Absolutely.
But this is smart by Honma, though. Using the ropes to assist himself, regain that vertical base. Takahashi's still not back up on his feet. He was still on his knees when Honma went over to pick him up. But look at that. They're just gouging the eyes of Honma's Takahashi. And he gouged them so ferociously, Honma got taken off his feet. Now what's Takahashi thinking here? He's going to shoot Honma off the ropes. And now again,
Oh, he
Honma.
went for a torpedo there, but Takahashi dodged. German there from Takahashi, but Honma's up! Honma's up! Oh, Takahashi kicks him in the gut.
Fisherman
Buster.
He got it. Cover here. Gets
One.
right into the cover.
But only a one count! Only a one count, John! Honma's up! Double lariat.
Determined. Takahashi.
Look at Takahashi, though. He's feeling it right now. Torpedo!
Oh, no, torpedo!
Torpedo Kakashi from Honma!
Oh, Honma is feeling it here.
He might pick up his second G1 win here.
Takahashi has no idea what happened.
Scoop slam again. No.
Could it be the Fire Thunder driver here?
It looked like he was going for it.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Oh.
Low blow. And Takahashi might rob Honma of his second victory. Low blow if he can get the Miami Shine off here.
And he
got it.
Man.
It's going to be 1-8 here.
1,
2, 3 count.
Unbelievable.
Give
Takahashi
the credit.
Steals another one.
And Mao is incredibly happy to see that. Her man picks up the win. But Ashton, come on now. You have to give the credit to the low blow. Had he not gotten that low blow, I think Honma had this match won. Honma just got robbed.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I get it, folks.
That's kind of depressing.
Yeah, I mean, folks, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to get overly incensed over it. It's not like the winner of this was going to make it to the finals, be the winner of the B block. But Honma addressed his people. It was his time after he beat Ishii. He promised them, I'm going to win for you. I'm going to get on a win streak. And that damn Takahashi and a low blow later, and it all goes to hell.
Hey. Typical Takahashi. Typical Bullet Club, really, right? Just ruining everyone else's good time.
Absolutely. If they're not having a good time, then no one's allowed to. And you best believe that Takahashi's going to have one hell of an after party tonight. What's his ending record, Ashton?
3-6.
So pretty much, I think, on par with Doc Gallows. And
yep,
Honma,
that would be correct.
Honma, you could just see the pain etched in his face. I feel so bad for that man. He gave us everything he had.
The Bullet Club guys just had a discussion backstage, and they were like, all right, fellas, if you don't get 3 wins, you're out.
And Honma pounding the mat. What a horrible time it has been for that man. He got a win over Ishii. Nobody can take that away from him, Ashton.
Absolutely, he did.
I know how bad he wanted this, and it just didn't come together. But we roll on.
Up next, though, the Haas fight of the century. Michael Elgin, Tomohiro Ishii. This match is going to be painful to just watch.
Now, Ishii has been in kind of a slump lately, though, and I never thought we'd say that about the Pitbull. So
has he lost 2 or 3 straight?
I think he's lost 3 straight, dude. Because I'm trying to think about his past 3 performances.
Because I do feel like at one point, wasn't he was 4-1, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was dominant at one point.
Yeah, because he and Okada had the same record when they had their match, and then he lost to Okada. And then, who did he lose to right after Okada?
It was Nakamura before Okada. Because I'm trying to think.
Well, I know Nakamura was his first loss.
Right. Nakamura was his first loss. Who was his second loss, though? I'm trying to think.
Whose music is this? Elgin. Wow, what terrible theme music.
It's the unbreakable Michael Elgin. Regardless, it seems like Elgin, well, not necessarily on his way up, because, he suffered losses himself. He suffered a loss to Karl Anderson that I think proved to be his mathematical elimination. But Ishii just had a really tough go at it.
So we know Ishii beat Kojima, he beat Takahashi, he beat Karl Anderson, and then he lost to Nakamura, but then he beat Nagata. And now his last 3 matches have been losses to Okada, Goto, and Honma.
Goto, that was the guy I was forgetting, yeah.
So he is on a 3-match losing streak. And in the meantime, I think Elgin might even be on a 3-match winning streak, because Elgin just recently, his last match was against Goto, and he lost to him. So he's not on a 3-match winning streak. Never mind.
You want to go up to Ishii and tell him he's on a 3-match losing streak, or should I do it?
I would be very respectful. I would call him Mr. Ishii. And I would say, sir, I want you to know that I think you can get back on track, but you have lost 3 in a row.
And then would you run, or would you stick around, or?
I would literally just get down on my knees and bow down to him, hoping that he doesn't punch me in my head.
I wouldn't even call it losses. I would try and trip him up with language. I would be like, Mr. Ishii, I just want you to know that your current tournament's standing well. You're at a deficit. And
he's not.
Really,
he's 500.
Oh, that is true. But
See,
I would try and
4,
phrase.
Man. He's 4-4.
I would try and phrase it in a way that I meant, like, you're on a downward, decline here in your tournament performances.
If your tournament stock was an actual stock, it would be red right now.
And then when he would look at me kind of perplexed, I'd be like, so just go out there and do you, big man. Just go out there and do you.
Just to let you know, over the course of the last week, you have become a bit of a bear stock.
And then he'd be like, well, bear's ferocious, right? That's good. And I'd be like, yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right.
But what you really want to be is a bull.
Exactly.
And it looks like they're acting like bulls right now, because this is a slugfest.
Man, no doubt about that. I couldn't have said it any better, my friend. And look at Elgin, though, taking charge with the forearms.
Oh, look at Elgin taking Ishii off his feet first with a shoulder block. Ishii's just angry about it, though.
Oh, Ishii, I think, wants to get back to his winning ways.
How dare you think that taking me off my feet makes you the better man?
Oh, but Elgin kind of hulking up there, and then goes off the ropes. And
and look at that, Ishii with the forearm. And now Ishii takes Elgin off his feet. Goes for a pin. 1. Only a 1 count. And Elgin threw Ishii off of him. I think Ishii might have slightly underestimated how much strength Elgin has.
That was to send a message, Ashton.
Absolutely.
That was a message, pure and simple. But look at the forearm there by Ishii. Man, you said...
Oh, look at that kick from Elgin. Takes Ishii off his feet again.
Man, Ashton, you called it a hoss fight during entrances, and man, were you ever on point.
Yeah, this is... my thing is, I don't like to quote JR because everybody quotes JR, but I'll be damned if this isn't a slobber knocker waiting to happen.
Oh my goodness, Elgin powered through with the suplex. And now he's got the delay. Can Ishii fight out of it somehow? No,
I want Ishii to be the first person to actually fight out of this.
I don't think he's going to, and he's not.
He wasn't. Dang it, man. That would have been so cool.
And Elgin there goes into the cover. A little bit of a delay there. Felt the need to posture.
2 count, though. I don't even know if he would have gotten a 3 count there. It seems like Ishii is kind of with it enough that he wouldn't have gotten caught by that.
It takes a lot to beat Ishii.
It does.
I mean, just ask the men who beat him. I mean, Goto had to catch him.
Oh, my God. I feel like that wasn't even a forearm. That was just a closed fist punch.
Elgin just brute force there.
And Ishii just crumpled when he hit him with that, too. Look at Ishii. I haven't seen Ishii this out of it in a while.
Absolutely. He's so out of it, Ashton. He's dead weight. Elgin really had to exert a little bit of effort there to pick him up, and then a slam there by Elgin. And I think this is going to be the slingshot splash we've seen him do on occasion. Yep. And it is. Falls into the cover there. 2. And Ishii, I think, had his foot on the ropes.
Wow! The fact that Ishii isn't even kicking out anymore. He had to get his foot on the ropes. We have not seen this side of Ishii.
Ishii, I'm telling you, and the losses that he suffered, he's been looking
but look at that. The punch to the gut. Ishii showing some resistance now.
Certainly. Well, you gotta, if you want to stay in it, you gotta show resistance. A nice forearm there. Oh, Elgin inviting more, though. Oh, Elgin's right at home. And now he responds.
Oh, my God, another punch!
Wow. Ishii sinking like a stone, and he
Holy crap, that was close.
Elgin can't believe it. Elgin thought he had it.
I thought he had it.
And now look at that, going to shoot Ishii into the opposite corner there. But Ishii reverses the Irish whip. Now he's going to charge. Caught the boot.
But beats the enziguri. See, that's another thing, too, is Ishii... Oh, look at the German into the turnbuckle pad. But what I was saying is Ishii is one of those guys who wants to like punch you and fight you. Elgin can do all that, plus he has this insane added element of athleticism. Like right there, a middle rope somersault plancha, and Ishii kicks out. But it definitely seems like if you were to make sort of a comparison here, it's starting to look like Elgin can do everything Ishii can do, plus a little bit more.
I mean, is it hyperbole to say, Ashton? I feel like Elgin is dominating Ishii right now.
I would agree with that, yeah.
He is already calling for the buckle bomb here.
We always talk about, oh, would you tell that to Ishii's face? And all I can say is, as long as Elgin was next to me, I probably would.
Oh, look at that. Ishii trying to put a stop to it. Trying to use his power.
Oh.
Kind of stuff Elgin here.
It looked almost like Elgin was going to go for a neutralizer.
Look at Ishii, though. Oh, Ishii trying to power through, but he can't. Oh, these two
Elgin
canceling each other out now. Oh, but Ishii,
now the back
he
body
got
drop.
it. He got it.
Yeah, Ishii is really, really struggling in the early goings of this match. But look at this!
Oh,
German from Ishii!
God.
Elgin is not a small man for Ishii to be doing that to either. I think Elgin might even be more massive than Makabe, who we always talk about how it's impressive when Ishii can do that kind of stuff to him.
I just want to point out to you, partner, that German made Elgin flip onto his stomach. That's the force that Ishii just launched Elgin with.
And he didn't land on his stomach either. He landed on the top of his back and neck, but just the momentum from the throw carried him over onto his stomach. Oh, and look at this power slam from Ishii.
Goes right into the cover here.
Almost like a power slam brainbuster there. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I didn't quite catch that, but I'm glad you did. The story here, though, is that Ishii is in control.
Oh, yeah, and he's finally making his way back into this match.
Oh,
now Ishii with a delay vertical of his own.
Returning.
Not going to be able to turn it into a one-hand thing, though, like Elgin did.
Oh, man, Ishii laying down the gauntlet here, and now he's getting in that groove, and this is where Ishii is dangerous. This is where all the jokes come from. When he gets in a mode like this, he is so hard to stop. Now look at that. Charges the ropes.
Lariat.
Comes off. What a lariat there.
Doesn't quite take Elgin off his feet, though. That's surprising to me.
And now,
Elgin ducks the lariat. Oh, double lariat here.
They both collide.
Now Elgin. She checks the arm. Oh, my God. What a lariat from Elgin.
Elgin, not to be denied. Look at that. Doesn't even go for the cover. I thought he was going to think buckle bomb, but no.
No.
Could it be power slam?
Swing bottom almost, John.
Yeah, unbelievable there by Elgin and gets a 2 count. That was like a power slam formation, but transitioned into a swing bottom. I've never seen anything like that.
That was pretty impressive.
Elgin, see, that's the one thing I don't think we talk about with Michael Elgin. Yeah, he is a Haas fighter, no doubt. He's got the power and everything like that, but his athleticism between a deadlift Falcon Zero and like a power slam.
Well, I mean, the deadlift Falcon Zero is more of the power game. That's not really athleticism. I mean, sure, you have to be athletic to be able to kind of rotate your hips a little bit, but that's more power than an athleticism. I would say the athleticism is like the front flip leg drop or the sort of backflip senton that he did earlier to Ishii. Like, that's the athleticism stuff right there.
Now, I don't advise this at all, though. Say what you will about how Elgin's...
He's awoken the dragon!
Oh, God. The pit bull is baring its teeth, and it is going to try and break the unbreakable. Oh, and those forearms. Ishii just eating all of them, and forearm of his own, and that staggers Elgin. Oh, but Elgin looking a bit pissed here. He looks like
Look at Elgin's face!
Oh, man, these two. This is what they wanted. I believe they were on opposite sides in a tag team match when it seemed like it was going to break down in the post-match, and you and I were so looking forward to this match. And now they're finally getting to do it. They're for no interruption.
Oh, my God. And the forearm from Elgin. And the discus elbow! The discus elbow there from Elgin!
And that takes Ishii off his feet. And now Elgin's going to pick him up.
Elgin's going to do a deadlift German to Ishii. Jesus.
And cap the waist lock.
Is he going to do a trio?
He
That's
might.
Two. He's going to go for a third.
Oh, man.
Ishii barely even able to make it to his feet. Elgin goes for a third, but Ishii's elbowing his way out of it. Elgin runs him into the corner. Roll through. And deadlift German, number 3. And he bridged it. 1, 2. And Ishii kicks out. Good God, this fight.
Wow, shades of Douglas Williams there by Michael Elgin with the Chaos Theory, the rolling German into the bridge. Beautifully done.
So impressive, too, considering how large of a man Ishii is. I mean, Ishii's only about 5'7", but he is a thick human being.
He's a big man. He's a big man. Ate a lot of that home cooking. That's to be sure. And now Elgin's going to pick up Ishii here. Oh my god, is he going to try and German him on the apron now? No, he's not. Oh, could
No,
be
he's going to
worse.
friggin' pile drive him onto the apron or power bomb him onto the apron.
No, or the floor, because he told people get out of the way. Oh my god, you'll kill him. I don't think Elgin cares. But look at Ishii there. I think he stepped on the foot. Oh god. Oh god, Ashton. And now Elgin has to buckle. And now the fireman's carry here.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Death
the
Valley
Death Valley
driver
driver.
onto the apron.
That is a difference maker there. I believe Elgin hit that same move to Goto. And you know Goto actually had to come up with a unique pinning combination to beat Elgin. And oh, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse for Ishii
Power bomb
here.
onto the
The
guardrail. Oh, my God.
Jesus.
Ishii's head between the bars of the guardrail.
Ishii writhing in pain.
And Elgin not even going to try and accept the count-out victory, still going after Ishii.
I don't think the referee will allow it, though.
Now it looks like he's relenting a bit.
Maybe because the referee forced him to, though. The referee really is checking on Ishii here.
Yeah.
I mean, Ishii has been in many a fight. But I'll tell you something.
The referee is trying to get Elgin back in the ring, but Elgin's just concerned with getting Ishii back in the ring. He doesn't want to win this by count-out. He wants to beat Ishii, plain and simple.
I've never seen this kind of merciless behavior, at least in the G1 Climax tournament, from Michael Elgin. I don't think he's looking to just beat
how about not from Michael Elgin? How about inflicted upon Tomohiro Ishii?
That is certainly true. You're absolutely on point with that. And now could it be the deadlift Falcon's Arrow here? And with the condition,
it definitely looks like
back.
Yeah.
With the condition of Ishii's back, though, Ashton, with the Death Valley driver on the apron and then the power bomb into the guardrail. If he hits this deadlift Falcon's Arrow, that's going to be hell on the back. Oh, my God. And he got it. That could do it there. That could beat Ishii. Hooks the leg.
1, 2.
And Ishii stays in it.
Wow.
I don't know if that's courage or stupidity, but he stays in it.
Well, what does he have to lose at this point, John?
His livelihood. I mean, a back injury's no joke. That's what took out Shawn Michaels for so many years before he came back in 2002. I mean, that's.
But he did come back.
He did come back, but it took many years. Can Ishii really afford that?
I don't think Ishii is going to lose his smile anytime soon.
Oh, and then, there's the buckle bomb though. Ishii is just so out of it. This could be it.
Oh, look!
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Back body drop, back pile driver. I can barely speak right now.
I can't believe Ishii is not only staying in it, he got an offensive maneuver on Michael Elgin. How tough is this son of a bitch?
A freaking backdrop driver in New Japan.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. But you know what? Not really surprising in the grand scheme of things. I've said it once. I'll say it again. The Stone Pitbull is one of the best in the game today.
Michael Elgin, though, John. Michael Elgin was still the first to recover.
Well, that's what makes him a former ROH world champion. Both of these men.
Oh, and the forearm from Elgin there. Discus. Oh, but Ishii catches him with the forearm of his own. Dual forearms here coming from Ishii. He is unloading right now, but a discus elbow and a discus backhand to the future and an enziguri from Ishii. Jesus.
These guys hitting each other with anything and everything they have. It's all about getting that final win. It's all about coming out on the winning end of things.
I have no idea how the next two matches are going to top this, but hopefully the main event finds a way.
I have to agree with you there. No contention there, partner. And now Ishii going to the top. Is this going to be that delayed superplex that he does?
It might be. I don't know how much of a delay he's going to be able to get. No delay, but this suplex for sure. But Elgin is still feeling himself. Look at Ishii. The lariat takes Elgin clean off his feet, goes for the pin. A 1 count. Are you kidding me right now?
Man, this is a low angle
lariat. And he hits it. Go for the pin.
He got
1, 2. Oh, no, but Elgin kicks out.
Elgin staying in it.
Oh, my God.
Ishii hasn't been able to hit the brainbuster in a while. He may have to if he wants to win this match. And we know he can. If he hit that superplex, I have no doubt he can hit the brainbuster despite the state of his back.
But Elgin's blocking. Elgin is blocking the brainbuster.
And now he
And Elgin picks him up. He wants a buckle bomb. He hit a power bomb. Now he wants a buckle bomb.
Oh, what a counter. But Ishii, though, with the
pointed elbows. And
oh,
Zagiri from Elgin. Ishii doesn't give a crap. Double lariat. Headbutt.
Now Elgin. Oh,
one
for the
pump kick. Ishii catches it. Headbutt from Ishii.
Oh, Ishii signaling for it. This could be the end here. This could be the end here. Could it be the lariat? He got it.
Oh, my God, a huge lariat. Go for the pin, Ishii.
1,
2. And Elgin kicks out again.
How? How is Elgin staying in the fight? Good
Ishii's
God.
calling for the end. Ishii wants the brainbuster. He has him up.
Can he get it here?
And he has him down. That's going to be it. 1, 2, 3.
3 count.
Oh, my God, what a match.
What a win for the Pitbull.
Oh, my goodness. Ishii got it back on track, John. He finished the tournament on a positive note. He's 5-4.
I remember you said earlier in this match, because Elgin was so dominant, that we joke about, would we say anything to Ishii's face? And you said if Elgin was with me, I probably would. Well, Ishii just disposed of Elgin. This is still his yard.
Unbelievable.
What a match. And Ishii, I think, refusing the ice pack. But I think he's finally going to take it now. Man, these two. And look at that, trying to, I guess, rehydrate. Get the feeling back in Ishii, getting that water on him. Same with Elgin. Ishii back up to his feet. This was a war, folks. This was a war in every sense of the word. And Elgin finally stirring. He's on his knees here. He's going to get back up to his feet momentarily, I'm sure. But the story here is that Ishii comes out the victor. And Ashton, did you ever think we'd see a performance like that from these two men?
Oh, yes. That's why I anticipated this match so much.
So they didn't disappoint, huh?
Definitely not. They lived up to the expectations and then exceeded them.
They tore the house down.
Exactly.
What a match. And Elgin just saying, I was that close. And indeed he was. Elgin was dominant. Elgin, I think, did virtually everything right. Ishii was just the better man tonight. That's what it comes down to. I mean, the Death Valley driver on the apron, the power bomb into the guardrail, the deadlift Falcon's arrow, the back fist to the future. Elgin hit everything. Virtually everything instead of that spin sit-out power bomb.
Yep.
And that could have made the difference because Ishii got his brainbuster off first. And Ishii got the win, and man, what a contest that was. I don't even know how we're supposed to transition into our next matchup after that. I'm left kind of...
Our next matchup is going to be Goto versus Nagata. So this, I mean, I'm not going to say it's a one-sided kind of match, but I feel like it definitely seems like something that Goto should win handily.
I would be inclined to agree with you in that assessment. I mean, we cannot ignore the elephant in the room, that being Nagata's ribs have never, throughout the remainder of this tournament, ever since it began at the hands of Yujiro Takahashi, had a chance to properly heal and recuperate. And ever since, most opponents have exploited that weakness of Yuji Nagata. But, I mean, I'll tell you what, Nagata's matchup with Kazuchika Okada, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, really illustrated to me why they call him anti-aging, because he hung in there with Okada even despite a 20-year age differential and the bruised ribs. And there you see the banner there. Blue Justice.
Yep.
Nagata looking to dole that out on Goto, on the Intercontinental Champion. And this match is going to be so important here. If Goto wins, I mean, it does create kind of a pile. And you know what? If Goto wins, Ashton, it does help Karl Anderson. Because, I mean, as we said, if all these guys win, if Nakamura, Anderson, and Goto all win, then, Anderson, I think, comes out on top in that scenario. So we'll see what happens. Now, Yuji Nagata here. I wonder what's going through his mind at the moment.
And Nagata, all he's got to be thinking is, if I win this match, not only do I ruin Goto's chances of winning this tournament, which he doesn't really technically have in the first place, but he could put him in the front of the line for an Intercontinental Championship shot.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's something that we have talked about from the very beginning of this tournament, knowing the champions are in it.
Yeah.
Is that, when they lose, as a consequence, they may be creating a list of potential contenders, and that's not a headache you really want to deal with.
Absolutely.
But
I think
Goto, I'll tell you.
I think that the matches that kind of get made through G1, through just people that are champions winning and losing and that kind of stuff, is almost as interesting as G1 itself. Because coming out of this tournament, we know that, obviously, assuming they don't actually win the entire tournament and end up just getting their title match at Wrestle Kingdom, Nakamura, Karl Anderson, and potentially, if he manages to pull the upset here, Nagata will all be owed Intercontinental Championship matches. Not to mention the list of people that have beaten Makabe and are owed never Openweight Championship matches.
That is certainly true, Ashton. I mean, Wrestle Kingdom 10 may be very interesting for the Intercontinental Championship and the Never Openweight Championship because of the fallout of this G1 Climax tournament and Goto making his way to the ring. And to me, Ashton, I almost find it kind of a shame that Goto's been mathematically eliminated, that this match really has very little consequence for his personal performance, because I've been so impressed by Goto throughout the course of this tournament.
Yeah, he has been very impressive. He has really won me over, because when this tournament first started, I just kind of saw him as sort of another face in the crowd and not really anything special. But as the tournament has gone on, I've kind of realized what New Japan saw in him that made them decide to make him the Intercontinental Champion.
Certainly. He's a man of extraordinary ability. I mean, he's handed Okada his only loss in the tournament. I mean, that's huge to think about, because Okada's been so dominant, currently a 7-1 standing, and knowing that Goto is that one, that's something he can hang his hat on. And
Goto is the man behind the one in 7-1.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I do believe Goto may be owed a world championship match in the future. We shall see. But in the present, it is Yuji Nagata versus Goto. And Nagata, I think, is going to give Goto everything he can handle. And immediately, Goto has control of the wrist. Now, if you're Goto, Ashton, do you want to try and go hold for hold with Nagata, or do you want to make this more of a strike battle and maybe really focus on those ribs? I mean, what's your game?
Yeah, I mean, if you're Goto, you definitely want this to be a strike battle. I think if you're Nagata, you're going for the more technical stuff.
I would be inclined to agree there.
It's a clash of styles here, man. Goto, that's the thing about Goto, though, is he is surprisingly adept when it comes to technical stuff like that. I mean, we even kind of said it when he was going against Ishii. I felt like he might not necessarily be quite on the same level as Ishii when it comes to pure striking and brawling goes, but that's the type of guy that he is. But he's also got that added technical acumen that Ishii might not necessarily have.
Now look at this here. Nagata, I think it's like a side headlock almost, but he's really wrenching on it here. And now it's got a seated position. Not quite a sleeper, though, I don't think. Because that one arm wasn't elevated, and Goto there with the quick escape.
Almost an inverted Kimura there. I don't know if you see that or not.
Yeah, he had control there. Excellent observation, Ash, and great catch, because I noticed it as well. Goto.
Oh, and now he's got a hammerlock in.
Yeah, this grounded hammerlock. Normally when you see hammerlocks, both guys are in vertical. But Nagata grounded and just stomping on the head.
Goto just kind of gives up on the hammerlock. It almost seems like he didn't quite know what to do from there.
And it really is hard to know how to go after Nagata. But see, that's why you almost have to feel fortunate that you've been given this bullseye with those ribs. And I gotta wonder, I mean, I know Goto is a man of character, a man of integrity. I will never question his principles. But you have to wonder, oh, wow. Well, I think I may have answered my own question, because I was going to say, how long is it going to take for Goto to stoop and go after those ribs just to gain an advantage? And he may not care after that slap from Nagata. Went for the elbow drop. Nagata moved out of the way. Tried to go for the kick. Goto moved out of the way. Oh, this might really get personal in a hurry.
Yeah, definitely.
And do you think it's out of frustration from Nagata, Ashton, not having the performance in the tournament that maybe he would have liked, and maybe just wanting to really send a message to the Intercontinental Champion, don't underestimate me, don't overlook me, I mean, do you think that's where it's coming from for Nagata, or is it just mind games, pure and simple?
No, I think you're right. I think it's got something to do with Nagata not wanting to be overlooked. Because, I mean, you and I have even been overlooking him, and we aren't even in this tournament. We're saying it would be a massive upset if Nagata would win this, and I don't think Nagata wants to be viewed that way. I don't think Nagata wants to be the guy that has to pull off the upset. He wants to be the guy that people have to upset. You know what I mean?
But that image told the entire story. Nagata rolled out of the ring, and he couldn't even like be on his feet. He had to lay down on the floor just to breathe, just to get life back in those ribs, and then the guardrail. And now again, as we've seen in every Nagata matchup since Yujiro Takahashi, those ribs are playing a part. And Goto, he's not going to be shy about explaining that. Look, he got slapped, so to me, Nagata fired the first shot. Goto now is just doing what he's got to do to win. And he's just kicking away here at Nagata. And I got to tell you, maybe in New Japan's mind, this is their way of kind of protecting Nagata, because they always seem to beat him because of those ribs, because they have just played a huge role in every single one of his matchups here.
Yep.
But now look at that, they're going to try and fight out. And going back to the forearms here, this is Goto's territory, though. And I don't think this is advice from Nagata, but maybe Nagata's just feeling like, and here's the thing too, Ashton, maybe if you, now look at that, sinks like a stone again, just kneed right in the ribs there. And if you're Nagata, though, you've got to be feeling a bit desperate, because you're thinking, I'm more of a grappler. I like to get a succession of holds and throws. But if you can't even breathe, I mean, you said it best, Ashton, when we analyzed broken ribs in one of Yuji Nagata's tournament matches. When you have bruised ribs or broken ribs or whatever the state of your ribs, if they're not healthy, everything is a chore. Existing is a chore, I think were your words.
Yep.
And so, if existing is a chore, can you imagine trying to throw a guy? And Goto's no small man either. I mean, how is Nagata really going to be able to really get those suplexes and those holds as he's like? And look at the placement of Goto's knee, Ash. I don't know if you caught that.
I was even going to say something about that, right in the ribs.
That is excellent positioning from Goto. I'll tell you, Goto, for all the people that I've come away respecting in this tournament, I mean, Ishii, Naito, Goto, I think I'm really going to look at in a different light after this, because he is so good. And there is the chest kick there, and that's why he's the Intercontinental Champion, though. He doesn't need my affirmation when he's got the title to prove it.
See, now you say that about Goto. I feel that way about Nagata, because look at Nagata. He has had bad ribs since the third match he was in, and he's still going. He still has another win under his belt since then, and now he's facing the Intercontinental Champion, and sure, he's getting ripped apart limb from limb, rib from rib, really, by Goto, but he is not giving up. He is still in this, and he has been doing this for weeks now.
It is an indomitable spirit.
And at 48 years old at that.
Yeah, exactly. An indomitable will, an indomitable resolve, whatever you want to call it.
Look at that. Look at that, John. The knee to the ribs of Goto. Nagata firing back with a little bit of his own rib shots. And now this is looking a lot more evenly matched, isn't it? I'm cheering for Nagata to win this.
I think Nagata has become the emotional favorite in a lot of his matches for a lot of people because of what he's had to battle back from. I'm certainly no different. I've got all the respect in the world for Yuji Nagata.
Yeah, you're the Intercontinental Champion. You shouldn't need to target a man's injured ribs in order to beat him. You should be able to beat him straight up.
Especially, Ashton, considering that this match really doesn't have any stakes. I could understand, and I really could, and what a boot in the corner there by Nagata. I could understand if Goto knew this match was to win the B block and he wanted to conserve his energy for the finals the next day, but that's not the case here. So why not just wrestle the man? Why not just see who really is the better man? Why resort to the ribs? So I agree with you, but Goto eating those kicks, though. Oh, Nagata, though, firing up, and he takes Goto down. And
Nagata is so good, man. Nagata is so good.
And here's the thing. Much like with Okada, I'll say the same thing about Goto. If Nagata can really work over the arm and even get a prolonged Shirome armbar applied like he did with Okada, I mean, we know that Goto likes the Shoten Kai. We know that he's not necessarily dependent on it, as was illustrated by his match with Michael Elgin. But
look at that. Just a slap to the face from Nagata. Goto followed him through the ropes and then nailed him with a lariat. That's a bad thing for Nagata. I don't know if he's going to be able to recover from that very quickly. It looks like Goto's already getting ready to be on his feet.
Yeah, Goto having the ropes assist him there. And we'll see.
Oh, but Nagata is up. Nagata's up. and he's up in time to get kicked in the ribs.
And now let's see. Goto's going to shoot him into the opposite
Oh.
corner there. Spinning heel kick to the head.
Such an effective move. And now
Could have been the
Goto looks like he wants a bulldog. And he hits the bulldog. Now he rolls over into the pin. 1, 2, and Nagata kicks out. Look at Nagata. Persevering, man.
That's what Nagata does. Nagata, there is no quit in this man. You've got to take everything out of him if you want to beat him. And now look at that. Nagata trying to swing him to the arm, but Goto going right after the ribs. Goto going right after the ribs. It seemed like Nagata had control of the arm. Goto shut that down.
Absolutely. And now Goto looks to be in control, but Nagata got his boot up, and now look at this. A T-bone into the corner.
Into the turnbuckle. Wow, right into that padding. And as you've noted, Ashton, what's behind that pad, there's very little give in that pad. There is metal behind there. That has got to hurt Goto so badly.
Absolutely. And now Nagata able to get up to his feet before Goto, and he's ready to do something to him. He runs into the corner here. Knee to the face.
Oh, this could turn the tide here. This could turn the tide for Yuji Nagata.
He's pulling Goto into the center of the ring by the hair. And oh, a Saito suplex from Goto.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent from Goto. I mean, that's what makes him a champion. Just that one move, knowing what move to make to regain control. He felt it slipping. He regained positioning. And now he's still in the driver's seat here. Let's see if he can capitalize. Now off the ropes here. Could it be a lariat? It is. Takes Nagata clean off his feet. Goes into the cover here. Hooks the leg. And Nagata kicks out.
Oh, Nagata finding ways to stay alive in this. But look at this. Goto, fireman's carry, going to do the neck breaker here. And he hits that.
And it goes right into the cover here. Hold on a second. Who? And Nagata just stay in it. But what I was going to say, Ashton, is what I really like about Goto here, and I don't know if you agree, I love the sense of urgency from Goto. He doesn't get the win off the lariat, goes right into the Death Valley Driver neck breaker on the knee. I really like that. I like that he's not really waiting or posturing. He's going from one move to the next. I think that's what you need to do to beat Yuji Nagata. And now, oh, wait a minute here. Could it be the Shoten Kai? No. Nagata fought out of it. I don't know.
Oh, but the headbutt from Goto. Nagata's not used to that kind of physicality right now.
He is not. Nagata there just crumpled to the floor. And Goto shaking his head no. And look at that. Just lets out a scream. I don't know, though. That may be a bit excessive. Nagata, quicker than a hiccup, he can catch you in one hold just like that. And really change the direction of everything. And look at just like that. Just like that. Shirome armbar. Oh, man. Goto in a bad way here. And again, like Okada, even if he finds refuge in the ropes, and look at that.
Oh, look at this. Nagata drags him to the center of the ring. Goto might not have a choice but to tap out here, John.
Even if he doesn't tap, Ashton, you've got to imagine that that arm has been neutralized, which may also neutralize the Shoten Kai. Oh, man.
Look at this. He has him dead center. I don't know if Goto has anywhere to go.
That Shirome is sunk in deep.
And the crazy thing is, too, if he manages to get a win tonight, he can lock that Shirome in their next match, and maybe it'll be for the Intercontinental Championship.
Absolutely. Now you make an excellent point. It's like we talked about. Wins against champions and G1 Climax tournament bouts, they matter. They go places. I mean, just ask Goto. He's probably going to be lobbying for a IWGP Heavyweight Championship match in the coming months. And now look at that. Oh, the exchange there. And now look at that. The waist lock by Nagata. Pulling Goto away from the ropes. Goto, though, has to rely on the back elbows, and he does, and he gets out. Off the ropes here. Gets
but a
booted.
boot from Nagata. Oh, and Goto. Oh, but Nagata checked the lariat there. Saito suplex from Nagata.
No bridge, though.
Those ribs, John. Gets into the cover. 1, 2. Goto kicks out.
Those ribs, I think oftentimes for Yuji Nagata, have meant the difference between victory and defeat.
For sure.
And now, maybe trying for the bridge.
But look at that. The knee to the face from Goto. That looks like something a freaking Tekken character would do.
And Goto, I'll tell you, how on point is this man? Unbelievable. And now, it's going to try and capitalize here. Nagata, those ribs, there's only so much those ribs can take. And I mean, Ashton, pride and everything else aside, win or lose, I think Nagata's going to be so relieved when this tournament's over because of those ribs, but he's staying in it for the moment.
Absolutely, I agree with you. He definitely needs some time to recover. But look at this. Oh,
he
Goto
swatted
checked
it.
the Enziguri. Goto is going for the Shirome here. No. He went for a headbutt. Nagata punched him. And then the spinning heel kick from Nagata. Nagata has him. Saito suplex.
He got the bridge.
bridged
No
it.
way.
1,
No way.
2. He
3
won.
count.
Blue Justice defeats the Intercontinental Champion.
Good God. He got the bridge, and that made the difference.
Yuji Nagata is a freaking warrior.
Say what you will about anti-aging, whether you like Yuji Nagata or not. I think he just commanded everybody's respect after that win. Because Goto, who beat the world champion, just fell to Yuji Nagata, bruised ribs and all, Ashton.
Wow.
My God.
Whew, that was exhausting. That match was so good. And the crazy thing is, we never would have expected Nagata to win that. And now I kind of have I'm kind of concerned now that Kojima is going to get the upset on Anderson as well.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, this B block might be very straightforward between Nakamura and Okada. It all comes. I mean, you even said whether Goto won or not, that really doesn't change the fact that it comes down on the shoulders of Karl Anderson.
Yep.
And it does.
He might need Bullet Club help if he wants to pull this out, John.
He might. Because if Yuji Nagata just beat the Intercontinental Champion with bruised ribs, and I mean, everything about that sentence should emphasize how huge this victory was. How determined must Kojima be to get a win himself? Oh, man. Things are about to get really interesting, folks, because I believe now is the time, correct, Ashton? Karl Anderson versus Kojima. No more waiting, right?
That is correct. Yeah, that's our next match here. This is our semi-main event.
I'll tell you, folks, I've said from the beginning, as has Ashton, Karl Anderson, such an impressive athlete. We've gone over his rap sheet. Karl Anderson, predominantly a tag team wrestler. That's where all of his accolades really reside. Ashton enlightened me about the fact that Karl Anderson, no stranger to tasting the G1 Climax Tournament Finals. He did in 2012. He just couldn't bring it full circle. Could 2015, 3 years later, could Karl Anderson find redemption? Can he win the B block? He must win. I cannot stress enough, he must win this match for his dreams to stay alive. And after Yuji Nagata pulled off that upset, well, I think the cage has been rattled a little bit here. And Ashton, let me ask you, if you're Karl Anderson, are you feeling the pressure, or have you been watching Kojima and maybe you're making the mistake of overlooking him a little bit? Where are you if you're Karl Anderson?
Oh, man. If you're Karl Anderson right now, all you can think about is getting this win and then cheering your ass off for Shinsuke Nakamura to beat Okada, because that's what he needs. And if he gets that, there's a very distinct possibility that he has an opportunity to win the B block.
Absolutely. Karl Anderson, he needs to win, and Nakamura needs to win. It comes down to those two individuals. Again, if Karl Anderson doesn't win, then it just really comes down to Nakamura, Okada. Whoever wins that will take the block. But I'll tell you something, folks. This is going to be something. This is a very important matchup here.
Here we go. Anderson getting his special little intro with the machine gun sounds. So cool. So cool. But he does have some help out there. It is worth noting. I know I saw Tama Tonga. I'm sure he has more than just him. It looks like Doc Gallows is out there as well. Yeah, so he's not by himself. He still has a little bit of help, and even though Nagata just had a huge upset over Goto, it's going to be an uphill battle here for Kojima.
It comes down to this: are we going to get chaos, or are we going to get, a more streamlined, a more straightforward, if you will, determination of the B block? And who would have thought that Kojima could be able to play spoiler in the biggest possible way for Karl Anderson and really for the B block? Because if Kojima wins, Okada and Nakamura have kind of be like smiling to each other, thinking, well, it comes down to us now.
Yep.
And so you know that they're really pulling for Kojima here.
Honestly, if you're Okada, you're probably cheering for Karl Anderson to win this because depending on how New Japan goes about their tiebreakers, now I don't know for sure how it works, but if New Japan looks at your losses and who had the best record among your losses, Okada's only loss, other than the one that he would end up with to Nakamura if he would lose to him, would be against Goto, who finished the tournament now, I believe 6-3, right?
Right.
That as opposed to Anderson and Nakamura, whose losses were respectively to Ishii and Anderson Elgin, 5-4 and 4-5. So if you look at just strength of loss, Okada definitely has the advantage there. But look at this! Karl Anderson right off the bat kicked Kojima in the gut and went for a gun stun, but Kojima not letting him get away with it.
You know, and that's all the proof you guys need to understand how important this match is, because we've been talking about it. Karl Anderson just illustrated it through his actions. I have never seen him with such a sense of urgency to want to get off that gun stun.
Kojima really loves popping those pecs, doesn't he?
He does, but it's going to take more than that to beat the machine gun. And look at that, just takes Kojima out by the leg, gets him to the outside here.
The sense of urgency that Karl Anderson is putting on display here is incredible because the first thing he did was go for the gun stun, and then as soon as that didn't work, he rolled to the outside and he's going for some of the cheaper tactics now where he pulled Kojima to the outside. He was punching him. Oh, and look at that gun stun on the ropes! And then he knocks his head into the turnbuckle pump kick. Wow! Karl Anderson is... He knows that he needs to win this match. The sense of urgency is so real right now.
Could that blind him, though, Ashton? I mean, when you have such a sense of urgency, you may not always be thinking straight and you're more prone to mistakes. Do you think that could happen with Karl Anderson here?
Do you think he's made any big mistakes so far?
Not yet.
Well, then I guess we'll find out as the match continues.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, that's purely conjecture on my part. I understand. And look at that. Look at that.
Oh, wow. So smart. And again, what I was getting ready to say, I guess we'll find out how focused Karl Anderson is able to be in this bit of rage as the match wears on, because we haven't really ever seen him in this state before. We've seen him as this cool, calm, collected, I know I'm better than you kind of Karl Anderson, but now he's showing a real sense of urgency, and we don't know how he is able to handle that.
And I just want to point something else out that maybe people aren't really thinking about, but I just wanted to bring to everybody's mind. It's got to be a huge burden. And look at that hanging on the arm there, arm breaker using the ropes by Karl Anderson. It's got to be a huge burden off of Karl Anderson's mind, whether he wants to openly admit it or not, that AJ Styles lost to Tanahashi, because now Karl Anderson doesn't have to deal with the internal conflict. What if I have to face AJ Styles in the finals? What if that's going to cause strife in the Bullet Club? No, now Karl Anderson can just think about representing the Bullet Club by getting them to the big dance. And I think that's going to be a huge advantage for the Machine Gun.
And it's like we said before, if Karl Anderson manages to win this match and somehow ends up representing the B block in the finals, he'll have the opportunity to do what AJ couldn't. He'll have the opportunity to beat Tanahashi.
Exactly, Ashton. And I don't know if that would cause any strife within the Bullet Club, but just stomping on the arm there of Kojima. Man, that's so smart by Karl Anderson. You take out the arm, you take out not only the Koji cutter, but you certainly diminish the efficacy of the Koji lariat.
We would end up with the Bullet Club Black and White and the Bullet Club Wolfpack.
Yeah.
AJ Styles leads one, Karl Anderson leads the other.
Just wrenching on that arm. And I'll tell you, Ashton, sense of urgency, Karl Anderson, or cool, calm and collected Karl Anderson, nobody is a technician quite like this man and how he picks a body part apart.
Yeah, and normally it's the neck, but now he's favoring Kojima's arm there.
Oh,
and he gets a chair.
Wait a minute here.
Ref. He tossed that chair right at the ref.
Now, Karl, I think he's done this once before, and he just sat in the chair, and he's going to do it again. I don't know if I agree with this here. This is one of the biggest matches.
Now he goes for a pin.
And the ref's not going to count it. Wow.
Until the chair's out of the ring.
You know what? I have to agree with that officiating. You know, I have to be honest. Karl Anderson, I feel like that was a mistake on his part. You know, for all the urgency that he showed in the beginning, I think that's kind of diminished when you pull a tactic like that.
Definitely.
I mean,
Maybe
I get
he
that
just has a new air of confidence, like, okay, This guy, I thought I would have to worry about him, but now I feel like I've really got him in my sights. I can handle him. I know what I'm doing. I think I can beat him with pretty much ease, and that's just kind of Carl Anderson's arrogance getting the better of him.
And Karl Anderson, I mean, that's just the word, Ashton. It's arrogance. He is so pompous and so full of himself, but with
And
good
look at
reason.
this. Is he going to
And
go for here? Vertical suplex, brainbuster, twist of fate, what?
I'm thinking of Brainbuster, but he's really gesturing here. And now
I don't think he's going to.
Kojima.
Oh, wow.
Kojima
Kojima
slid
lands on
out.
his feet, though. Carl Anderson, look at that. It's almost like he knew Kojima was going to land on his feet, and he kicked him right in the gut and then hit him with an uppercut to send him into the corner.
Karl Anderson.
Now whips him into the opposite corner, follows through here, goes for the back elbow, but Kojima got out of the way. I think we're about to get a taste of lightning, John. Lightning chops.
Oh, wait a minute, though. Karl Anderson sunk away from the corner. Maybe not. Kojima's going to have to reposition him, and he does. He does. Now I think we're going to get it here. Oh, man, this is not good for the
Taste
machine
the
gun.
lightning, John.
Oh, God. Karl Anderson. His body half in, half out. Oh,
Now Kojima's going to whip him to the
here.
other side, follow through with a forearm in the corner here, and now roll him out, and we're getting an elbow drop, brother.
Well, wait a minute here. Maybe not, though. Maybe not. Look at him favoring the arm that Karl Anderson's been working
He's still
over.
going to try for it. He's still going to try for it.
I don't know if I agree with that. That little bit of a delay may have been enough for Karl Anderson.
He uses the left elbow, though. There, yeah. See, he uses the
smart.
left elbow. He doesn't drop the right elbow. It's the left elbow. Only a 2 count, but still. Kojima's getting his shit in, man.
But he still uses the right arm, Ashton, for the lariat. He can't avoid that.
That is true. And we've already seen multiple times that the left-armed lariat from Kojima is nowhere near as effective as the right arm.
And Karl Anderson may have been watching Nagata Goto and maybe thinking, well, hell, I may be able to get caught like that. How can I diminish the impact? And you're absolutely right. He's probably thinking, well, if I get hit with the left arm lariat,
oh, but look at that uppercut.
Be able to kick out. Oh, Karl Anderson fired up now. Kojima retreating into the corner.
Another pump kick here.
Pump kick right to the head. Good God.
And now Karl Anderson. Power bomb.
Karl Anderson. Wow.
Goes for the pin.
Right into the cup.
1, 2. Oh, but Kojima kicks out just barely.
And look at Kojima, that veteran instinct. I think he either rolled to the outside or at least rolled to the apron.
Well, he's on his stomach. We know that.
Oh, I thought he rolled all the way to the outside. My mistake. But he's on his stomach. That's true, so he can't get pinned again. And now he's kind of sliding out here.
Yeah, how smart is that? Almost trying to bait Karl Anderson in. I wonder if he has some kind of a plan to do here.
Karl Anderson, though, could DDT Kojima on the apron.
You know what they say, John. Everyone has a plan until you get punched in the mouth. And that's exactly what was happening to Kojima right now.
Exactly. And, oh, my God, again there. Karl Anderson's been so on point. There's another uppercut there. Karl Anderson, what's he thinking here? Could it be another pump kick?
No. Oh, but look at that. Kojima with the chop to the head.
Oh, no. Could it be Kojima with the DDT?
Oh, the DDT!
And there it is.
Plants Karl Anderson's head into the hardest part of the canvas. And
Karl Anderson
is in a precarious situation right now.
Well, you got to figure, Ashton, when your head, one of the most sensitive areas of the body, is just driven into the apron, it's got to throw your equilibrium off. And if we're getting into more dangerous waters, it creates a potential for a concussion. So, Karl Anderson,
if you want to go even further, it also screws with your neck, too.
Absolutely.
Because that's jamming your head into your spine. That's really, really bad for your spinal cord, for your neck, for your, everything going on in there.
And you know that what a DDT starts, a lariat could finish. But right now we've got a flurry of just forearms and chops from both men. And then both men coming back in the ring to beat the count.
Even if only barely.
Oh, man. And let's go back. And the one thing we haven't talked about, oddly enough, because of the arm and the urgency of Karl Anderson and everything else going on, the conditioning of Kojima. Is that going to play a part? I mean,
it seems like he's been recovering with pretty similar rate, I guess I could say, as Anderson. But now Kojima wants the Koji cutter, and Anderson's blocking. Oh, and what a pump kick! That looked almost like he knocked him right in the chin with his toes, and the inverted gun stun there, aka a neck breaker.
And he winks. And then he goes into the corner there. Could it be, well, he's standing. I don't know if he's thinking maybe a knee drop or he's going to pick up Kojima.
I'd like to think that Karl Anderson knows exactly what he's doing. And now look at this. Fisherman Buster, baby. Oh, wow, fisherman lift into a neck breaker. Very smart. That's
And
a
Kojima stays in it.
Yeah, that's unique
Look,
unique move there. And now going to the top rope. What do you think he's going to do here? Crossbody maybe?
yeah, maybe probably a crossbody with Kojima standing,
Maybe a
but no
kick
wasted
even.
motion.
Oh, a
Oh
neck
wow!
breaker. A high impact top rope neck breaker. And we get a 2, and Kojima kicks out of that as well. But you definitely have to wonder how much Kojima's reeling right now neck wise.
Karl Anderson, he needs to put this away right now. We've said
Does.
multiple times how this is must win.
Goes for it.
Gun stun.
No.
Kojima counters, checks
Oh,
the
check the
arm.
lariat.
Koji cutter.
Kojima cutter. Yep.
He got it.
Right there. Koji cutter nailed it, and now he know he's going to call for that Koji lariat, but we have to wonder if he's going to be able to hit it, and if he does hit it, if he's going to be able to follow up without wincing too hard.
Oh, look at that. I think he even had trouble getting his pad off.
He did.
And now look at that. Going to go for it. Oh, the kick though to the arm. But the
Oh,
rebound.
but the left arm lariat. We know that's a lot weaker. 1, 2, and Anderson kicks out as expected.
I got to tell you, Ashton, see that I got a catch in my throat when Karl Anderson kicked the right arm because I fully expected a gun stun, to be honest with you. That's how Karl Anderson's really conditioned me in his matches, to expect it at any moment.
Speaking of conditioning, look at Kojima recovering before Anderson.
That's a shock to me. Oh, gun stun! Oh, countered it again. And there's the lariat to the back of the head.
To the back of the head.
Oh, this is not looking good for the machine gun. This is not looking good.
Big one, and he hits it. He hit it, but he's got arm problems. Pin. 1, 2. Oh my God, that's it.
Wow.
There will be no chaos. There will only be chaos, John. Kazuchika Okada and Nakamura, both members of the Chaos stable, and one of them will be representing the B block in the finals against Tanahashi.
Unbelievable. First of all, it's going to be one hell of a final, whoever wins. But I got to be honest, I was really pulling for Karl Anderson there.
We both were.
Yeah, but Kojima showed up when he needed to. He played spoiler, perhaps in the biggest way, in the B block. You know, it's funny. You had a line in Takahashi versus Honma. You said the Bullet Club, they just love to ruin everybody else's good time. Well, Kojima, I'll be damned if he didn't rain all over that parade. Kojima ruining the dreams of the Bullet Club to make it to the G1 Climax finals. Karl Anderson couldn't get off the guns. Karl Anderson, to me, he wrestled a perfect match, a near perfect match. He just couldn't get his biggest weapon, the gun stun, off on Kojima. Kojima wins this match.
Yeah, I agree with you too. It seems like really didn't seem like Karl Anderson made many mistakes in that match. He just kind of got caught.
And that's what happens. That has been the difference in so many matches in our history as
maybe Karl Anderson's mistake was trying too hard to win honorably. Maybe he should have used the Bullet Club a little more. Maybe he should have used some dirty tactics a little bit more. Maybe he just, he just isn't the type to win in a pure way. You know what I mean?
And Karl Anderson, you can see his hands behind his head, not even showing himself, leaning up against the guardrail. That tells the story.
But Karl Anderson. Say what you will about this match, everything is on the line in our main event.
You know it.
It comes down to this. We've got Nakamura. We've got Okada. Winner takes the B block.
Who do you got, Ashton?
I've been saying this from the beginning. I don't think Nakamura would have been able to stay in this tournament if there weren't plans for him to win the whole thing. I'm picking Nakamura to win.
I would love to see Nakamura get a world title opportunity at Wrestle Kingdom 10 to try and nab his 4th world championship. Wasn't that long ago. He was coming off of Intercontinental Championship run. Let's see if he can get back to the very top of the mountain. But Okada, Ashton, is no small feat, as has been evidenced by his 7-1 record. His one and only loss thus far in the tournament, coming at the hands of the Intercontinental Champion Goto. There is a reason why Okada is the man right now. Oh, but here comes Nakamura. And Ashton, the stakes couldn't be any higher. And think about this. Our last two G1 Climax tournament-related matches are going to be Nakamura versus Okada, which is upcoming, and then either Okada versus Tanahashi, which we know that very well, or Nakamura versus Tanahashi. These final 2 days, the main event here, and then tomorrow, the final day, are going to be absolutely explosive. And there is Nakamura. And Ashton, what a story for Nakamura. To your point, he started out a bit rough, losing to Karl Anderson. Then he got the elbow injury. But did he ever fight his way back in this tournament?
He lost his first match clean. He lost his second match due to forfeit. And he hasn't lost a single match since.
Exactly. Nakamura at 6-2. Okada, though, at 7-1.
And actually, I think he actually won his second match. I think his second match was against Nagata, but then he got the injury after that.
Okay.
And he lost to Elgin via forfeit in his third match, I want to say.
Regardless, why this
but still, he hasn't lost since the injury.
Right.
That's the crazy thing. Like, that elbow injury gives him power, John.
Why this match is winner take all. I mean, if Okada wins it, it's very straightforward. It's an 8-1 record. If Nakamura wins it, though, they'll be tied at 7-2, and we know in tiebreakers, whoever won in the matchup, which we'll just see happen here, gets the block. So that's why it would go to Nakamura.
Exactly.
Here comes the Rainmaker. And here's
this
the thing.
This is actually a situation that happens very often in professional football. I want to say not necessarily this past year. I think it was the year before the final game of the season. It came down to, I think it was the Redskins and the Cowboys for the NFC East, and it was the Redskins. The Redskins had a worse record than the Cowboys. I think that the Redskins were 8-7 and the Cowboys were 9-6. But if the Redskins would have beaten the Cowboys, even though they would have had even records, because of the head-to-head victories, the Redskins would have ended up winning the division. That's kind of what's happening right here. Nakamura might not have as good of a record as Okada, but if he beats him, their records will be even, and because of him beating him, the head-to-head will say that Nakamura wins.
Exactly. So if there was any confusion, as we're going to get a sense of finality here in the B block, it's just been dispelled for you. And Ashton, let me tell you, I know you are huge on Nakamura. He is your guy in New Japan. You think he's probably the best in this promotion, but
in the world.
Hell, take the whole world.
On the planet.
But you know how big I am on Kazuchika Okada.
Oh, and so am I. Don't get me wrong. Okada, dog, he's in my Fate 5.
I know you have all the respect in the world for Okada, but you know how I've talked him up on commentary. To me, this man just has the look that screams professional wrestling. And here's the thing, and I know we've got some dissenters on this point, he's got the ability to match.
Yes.
And here's the thing, not taking any pot shots on anybody because, hello, I belong to this group, but it doesn't really matter what you write on a forum or in a group. His IWGP Heavyweight Championship will deflect all your criticisms. That's all there is to it.
I think that as far as New Japan goes, what we're currently witnessing is it's kind of like New Japan's version of the Attitude Era. Everyone is a star. There are so many stars, and I would say that there is the big three, which if you go back to the Attitude Era, you could argue that the big three was Austin, Triple H, and The Rock. And I think in this case, Nakamura is the only one that stands out as not really having an equivalent, but I think Tanahashi would be the Austin, and Okada is The Rock of New Japan.
I completely agree wholeheartedly with your sentiments, and you can just feel it, Ashton. Maybe it's just me, but you know how big this match is.
There's definitely an atmosphere to it.
And I mean, Ashton, you know, and here's the thing. I think both of these men are capable of beating Tanahashi. Hell, I believe both of these men have proven they can, haven't they?
So both of these men yes, they both have wins over Tanahashi under their belt. I don't know if they have more wins than losses, but I'm pretty sure they both have at least a win against Tanahashi in their past.
And here's the thing, at the risk of sounding cheesy, all you need is one win to prove that you can beat a guy. I mean, that's kind of the point, isn't it?
That's right.
If I beat a man once, I know I can beat him again. I know these two. Oh man, both Chaos stablemates know each other so well. I don't know how much caution is going to be enacted by either one of these participants here.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting how both of these men handle this.
Oh, but
And
look at
look at
this.
that.
Nakamura goes low, going for the legs.
And then it almost transitions into a waist lock here.
Oh, but look at this. This is a pinfall ref count. No.
No, Nakamura had his
has a
shoulders up, I
shoulder
think.
off. Yeah. And now look at Nakamura almost taking a page out of Shibasa's playbook, fighting from his back.
Okada trying to control the legs here.
And Nakamura's legs are slithering out, and those limbs, man, I'm telling you, Nakamura has the limb advantage against pretty much everyone he faces, but Okada has the length to kind of counteract that. His arms, his legs, his height, really, just in general, very, very comparable to Nakamura.
I'll make no bones about it, guys. I was looking far more forward to this matchup simply out of intrigue than I was AJ Styles versus Tanahashi. Don't get me wrong, those guys tore the house down, but I've seen those guys wrestle before. I can't recall ever seeing Nakamura versus Okada, and if I have, it certainly wasn't for as stakes as big as this. So now Okada reversing the pressure there, controlling the wrist. And man, we'll see. I mean, you've been saying that Nakamura battled back from injury, that they wouldn't keep him in the fight if Nakamura wasn't going to take the whole thing. But for Okada, it's about sovereignty over his destiny.
Look at Nakamura, just wow. Nakamura, I don't want to say wrestling circles around Okada, but definitely doing circles around Okada there to get out of that hammerlock, and now takes him down into a headlock.
No arguments here. And look at that, he's got partial control over the arm there. And now it's kind of like grinding on the mat and then goes into the side headlock fully. Okada, though, bagging him up against the ropes. So for Okada, it's about control of his destiny. Because, again, if he can beat Nakamura, secure the B block, and then beat Tanahashi.
Oh, I think we're going to get the...
wait a minute here.
A little bit of a taunt here from Okada. I think Nakamura knows it's coming, too. Look at Nakamura's face. He's prepared for it.
And now Nakamura saying, all right, I'll give you that one. See, that's the scary thing about Nakamura. Nakamura's no slouch. I mean, you've straight up called him the best on the planet, the best in the world. And look at that forearm there.
You call him the king of strong style for a reason, man. But look at this. No, Okada went for the dropkick. Oh, Nakamura went for a Boma-Ye already.
I think he went for an elbow action. Oh, wow. Both of these men here. And you can feel it, guys. They are ready to go to war. Who is going to win the B block? And both of these men making the other sweat.
Both men have already attempted to hit their big finisher.
Oh, man. I'll tell you.
It's also worth adding, there has only ever been one man in history to kick out of that Rainmaker, and that's Tanahashi.
And do you think that's playing on Okada's mind a little bit, that if I get past Nakamura, I have to prep for that man to win the whole thing?
Definitely. Well, and I think what's even scarier is if he does not manage to get past Tanahashi, or to get past Nakamura, there's a chance that Tanahashi could beat Nakamura, and then he'd have to defend his title against Tanahashi. It's definitely an intimidating thing for Okada, knowing that the only man to ever kick out of his Rainmaker is a potential contender for his championship now.
And that's why I've been saying, Ashton, that I've kind of been reminding any chance I get during Okada's matches, this is about control over his destiny.
And look at this. Oh, he went to hook the leg, but Nakamura got out of the way. Look at this.
Oh, look at Nakamura.
Nakamura using the center of gravity of Okada to knock him down, and Okada using those long legs, man. I'm telling you, the limbs, there are no real advantages here. Nakamura is so used to enjoying a limb advantage, but now Okada is 6'3". He's about an inch taller than Nakamura, and the limb length is there to show it. And now Nakamura taking the fight to Okada on the outside of the ring, whipping him into the guardrail, but no, Okada reversed. Wow. Oh, and the drop kick to the back of Nakamura's
sends him
head.
Over. Wow. And that's why Okada's the champion. Just that good. That drop kick was on the point of the head. Excellent. So precise. Met its mark. As we're going to see the replay.
And we're going to see a replay, and it was actually to the top of the back. But
top of the back.
It shifted. It almost turned Okada into a lever. It turned him into a lever, and his center of gravity ended up being over the guardrail. So he flipped over the guardrail. And now look at this. Okada with the huge guardrail hung DDT on Nakamura. Okada looking like it's just another day at the office. Meanwhile, Nakamura writhing in pain on the outside. And now it seems like it would make the most sense for Okada to get back in the ring, maybe try and win this thing by countout. I mean, it would still count, right?
He's too proud. He's too proud, Ashton. I can tell you that right now.
I don't know about that. I
Maybe
don't know
not. He's
about
back
that.
in the ring.
Yeah.
But then again, as I've been saying, Okada realizes the stakes here. He wants to control his Wrestle Kingdom main event. And I don't know if he would pick Tanahashi. I'm going to be honest. I have all the respect in the world for Okada. This isn't trying to call him cowardly or anything like that. I'm just saying I don't know if he would pick Tanahashi if given the option. And look at that back elbow there to the neck. And how smart is this by Okada, Ashton? He is doing his homework for that Rainmaker. And now look at that. Stays on Nakamura here. And now the straight jacket.
Look at that.
Driving the knee.
Just an amazing... Now think about this, John. When he sets up the Rainmaker, he almost does this, except he has his arms crossed more in the stomach area than around the neck. He's softening up Nakamura's shoulders and elbows and really his entire arms so that it's easier to get off the Rainmaker when he goes for it.
Exactly. And you see Nakamura, though, using that limb advantage, getting his foot on the rope, able to reach. And then Okada has to break it, and he does. And I'll tell you, Shinsuke Nakamura is in a bad way. That guardrail hung DDT completely changed the tone of this matchup. Hell, you could even argue before that, the drop kick to the top of the back that changed the center of Nakamura's gravity, sent him over the guardrail. That could have been the difference maker. But regardless, Okada is in firm control. There's the back elbow there. And if you're Okada, Ashton, I mean, do you try and maybe slow it down a little bit now that you're in control? Or
Definitely.
Do you have a great sense of urgency?
I don't know if you necessarily want to slow it down, but if you feel more comfortable at a slowed down pace, the thing right now with Okada is he is controlling the pace. And look at this. Okada mocking the foot shiver on the neck of Nakamura.
Look at that.
But as I was saying, you're in control, so you determine what the pace is. If you want to speed it up and you think you have an advantage with a higher pace than Okada, more power to you, go for it. If you want to slow it down, you don't want Nakamura to get any kind of momentum, slow it down. But right now, looks like Nakamura he was seeking an advantage, but then Okada with the knee to the gut, and then sets him down, and we're going to get a tope atomico here.
And we do, and just the snap on it, so perfect. And I know guys like me don't do Okada any favors for his ego and everything else. It's already so inflated. He probably isn't able to go into restaurants, airports, whatever, because it's just so big. But, man, has he earned it. I feel like it's one of the few egos in professional wrestling that is entirely warranted with how good this man is.
And that's exactly what people were saying about The Rock in 1999.
And look at that single almost drop kick there to the head. And just keeping the attack on the head and neck.
And now, looks like Okada has Nakamura in a bit of a position here where he could do some real damage. Nakamura out there on the hardest part of the apron. But look at Nakamura! The kick to the head, and now he grabs Okada.
Wait a minute here.
Is he going to do the guardrail hung DDT himself? No, the knee.
Wow.
Nakamura not taking any more of Okada's crap. The knee to the chest there almost. While Okada was hung on the guardrail. And now Nakamura back in the ring, giving himself time to recover.
I mean, these are two of the best in the game today. I mean, again, you went as far as calling Nakamura just the best in the world right now. And Okada...
I think Nakamura is the best overall performer in the wrestling world right now.
And Okada, though, can't be too far behind being the IWGP Heavyweight Champion and having everything going for him that he does at only 27 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing, too. I mean, we got to give Okada credit to be that good, just that young. And now, wait a minute, from the original, the foot shivers. Okada mocked him earlier. Nakamura showing him how it's done. And now look at that action.
Just the knees to the shoulder there. You know what that might be doing, though, John?
Taking out the Rainmaker, potentially.
Well, I was going to say it might be making it more difficult for Okada to pull Nakamura in to hit the Rainmaker, because he does that with his left arm. And now look at that single-legged drop kick from Nakamura. Goes for the cover here. 1, 2, and Okada kicks out with ease.
Okada still has plenty of fight left. But then again, you can say the same about Nakamura.
Yeah, I was going to say, would you say that Okada's still got a lot left in the tank?
Absolutely. With stakes this high, I mean, you push your E far beyond its limit.
Look at this.
Trust me on that.
Oh, Nakamura thinking about doing something big, but Okada gets out of it in the forearms. Oh, are we gonna get a strong? No, never mind. I thought we were gonna get a strong style forearm exchange there, but no. Look at this flapjack. Okada has such a full arsenal of moves that can just completely reverse the momentum of any given match. It's so impressive.
And now, look at this. Okada, nice jumping
back elbow
there. Could be the
DDT.
He doesn't keep up, though. Interesting. He's going to go for the uppercut here. He's measuring Nakamura. He got it. And look at that. Folds Nakamura up.
1,
2.
And Nakamura kicks out of that, too. These guys are both getting in some of their more basic maneuvers that they've used in just about every match, but it's not really affecting either one. It's not really getting either one close to a 3 count.
Oh, man. And now...
elbow drop time.
Going to go for that clearing the distance elbow drop, as I like to call it, because he gets such a... And oh, look at that! Nakamura back up to his feet.
How athletic is Okada, though, to land on his feet and roll through? But now Nakamura sets him up, does the back roll, and now we're going to get a knee to the gut, and there it is.
Amazing. Just amazing.
And both men are now down, but the athleticism put on display from Okada, and really just the psychological advantage that Nakamura brings to every match. So impressive.
Nakamura can sense it. He wants to get back to the top of the mountain. I mean, here's the thing. Okada's already there. Again, he just wants to stay there. He wants to have a monopoly on it. Nakamura, nice
and the enziguri there from Nakamura.
Could it be the inverted slam?
Inverted, yeah, I was going to say that.
But Okada felt it too. And look at this counter by Okada.
Into the neck breaker on the knee.
Now, tell me that wasn't an ingenious counter.
It absolutely was. I will never deny that.
Oh my God, unbelievable by Okada. His ability to just find an escape, find a refuge, just second to none. And now, wait a minute here, he's got him in the fireman's carry, drives him down there, almost like the Death Valley Driver neck breaker. He had control of the head there. 2. And Nakamura just kicked out. Okada even questioning the official decision. I can tell you, Okada, nothing against you, but Nakamura is as tough as they come. That was only 2. And Goto getting excited. He feels like there's been a shift in this match, and I think he's right. And look at that tombstone here.
Oh, he wants the tombstone already.
Oh, wait a minute here.
He's going for it.
Oh, but Nakamura slid out, though.
Nakamura almost did a cartwheel there and the flip kick. And look at this, the lung blower.
Oh, man, unbelievable here.
Inverted slam.
And now the inverted slam. Nakamura's feeling it here.
It looks to me like he's calling for a Bomaye.
Can Nakamura get it?
But Okada rolls out of the way.
This match is absolutely
Okada goes up. No, Nakamura got his feet up. Nakamura to the middle rope. Bomaye! He hit the middle rope. Bomaye, John!
Can Nakamura strike?
He hit it.
Oh, man, this match is
but only a 2 count. Only a 2 count.
Here.
And here, Nakamura's got to hit another Bomaye. He's going for it, John.
He is.
But look, drop toe hold. I think. Oh, no, I thought we were going to get red ink, but no. Pin combination here. 1, 2. Oh, but Nakamura kicks out.
Nakamura's staying in the fight here.
Look at this. It looked like he wanted another Bomaye. Look at the drop kick from Okada.
Oh, man, that's what makes Okada one of the best, baby. The best drop kick in the business. Beautiful.
It's definitely between him, Moose, and Randy Orton. It's one of those 3 guys.
Without question. And you see Nakamura still favoring that neck.
Considering how many people throw drop kicks, though, that's quite an exclusive club to be in.
Certainly. No shame in that. And Nakamura, I mean, he was in control for the moment. But just like that, one move from Okada shifts the tone yet again.
Yeah. And let's not forget, Nakamura hit a middle rope Bomaye, and Okada is still doing what he's doing right now.
Exactly. Oh my
God! He's going for a tombstone on the outside! He's going to hit it, isn't he?
Oh my God, he does!
He hits it!
Good God.
Jumping tombstone on the mats to the outside.
Good God.
Oh my, this might be it for Nakamura. He might not even be able to get back in the ring. Okada needs to get back in the ring.
Yeah, Okada needs to pull himself up. He needs to suck it up and get back in that ring. You get the count-out victory. You win the B block. He does. He does. Nakamura is out. He just ate a tombstone on the floor.
I think we're up
Unreal.
to 9.
Oh, man, Nakamura just starting to stir here. Come on, Nakamura here. And look at Okada, though. Not allowing it to go
The
down
referee
that
told
way.
Okada not to, but now look at this. The honor of Okada. Rolls Nakamura back in the ring, unwilling to win via countout. He wants to prove that he's the better man today.
And he may be moments away from doing just that. Could it be a second tombstone? No, he's slamming him down. I think he's going to try again for that elbow drop. Remember, he couldn't get it earlier because Nakamura got back up. He's perched up top, and he clears it. Beautiful.
Absolutely.
And oh, Okada is feeling it.
Okada's athleticism is second to none in New Japan right now. Maybe Ricochet, but that's about it.
And there it is, the Rainmaker pose. Now, could a Rainmaker itself, a Rainmaker clothesline, proceed from it?
And here we go. He wants it. He wants it. Oh, look
at
the kick.
but Nakamura checked it. Now what's Nakamura
trying to get him up into a fireman's carry, it looks like, but no. Okada,
backslide.
Nakamura,
Nakamura slide through.
Knee to the face.
Wow.
That wasn't quite all the momentum that you'd like to see behind Abomaye, but it was still an effective job.
I think it creates distance, you know?
Exactly.
I think it did just enough to do that. And here's the thing. After you got Tombstone on the floor, I think you want distance from the man who did it to you. So Nakamura getting a very necessary breather here.
Yep.
Nakamura, he can taste it. He can taste winning the B block and facing Tanahashi.
Look at this, though. Okada is flat on his back. That knee might have knocked him out.
He may not know where he is.
Look at this. Geto's trying to pump it up, and he is only starting to stir now. He just, for the first time since Nakamura hit him with that knee, got one of his shoulders off the mat, and now he's got both of them off the mat. He's on his hands and knees using the ropes to pull himself up. You've got to wonder, though, look at this. Nakamura standing up on his own power.
And that's the difference. Okada had to use the ropes. Nakamura, his own will was sufficient.
And look at that forearm there. They call him the king of strong style for a reason, John.
I think we're seeing it right here. And now the back and forth there, and Okada responds. Okada is a proud man. He won't lay down for anybody, but Nakamura may not give him much choice in the matter.
A forearm there again from Okada. And these guys are just trading forearms at this point. Not quite as intense as a typical strong style exchange, but there's so much more on the line in this.
Certainly. I mean, for Okada, again, it's sovereignty over his destiny, potentially. He'd still have to beat Tanahashi. For Nakamura, it's getting back to the big dance.
But look at this. Nakamura with the extra little oomph on that last one. Gets an advantage over Okada, knocks Okada down to his hands and knees. And again now, Nakamura with a slight advantage. But look at this. Okada with the uppercut.
Okada's staying in this thing. He's got to stay in this thing. And another uppercut there.
Nakamura throws forearms. Okada likes uppercuts. That's just kind of what they like. That's their preferred
look at the
style.
knee to the
and the kick to the back of the head.
Oh, and that sequence. Nakamura's feeling it. And there's another. Oh, he got it right in the head there. Cover. Two. Did he get it?
No. Okada kicked out.
That was a strange count. The camera angle kind of threw me off. I really thought Nakamura had 3 there. Wow.
Nakamura needs to figure out a way to put Okada away. It took 3 to put away Goto, didn't it?
I believe you're correct, yes.
Including one from the middle rope, which he's already hit in this match.
Oh, now look at this.
Oh, and look at this. Fireman's carry.
Wow, almost like a Samoan driver there. Not
I was
quite.
going to say a Michinoku driver, actually.
Oh, wow, that near fall. Oh, Nakamura, and you could see it in his face. He wanted it so bad there.
He's going to need to hit another Bomaye to win this thing.
Could that
At least one more, possibly more than one more.
I would think even 2 more. Okada's just that tough. Oh, look at him, though. He's prepping the leg. The leg's feeling it. Oh, man.
And
Getting
now,
almost about.
calling for it. He's calling for the end.
Oh, he wants to finish
No!
it.
Oh,
And the drop
kick!
kick!
The
Good
referee reacted so much.
God.
That was amazing.
That drop kick, call it desperation, call it whatever you like, took Nakamura off his damn feet.
And the referee kind of freaked out about it too.
Yeah.
That was
And now Okada
amazing.
pulling himself up. He has
Oh,
yet to
is
hit
he
the
calling?
Rainmaker.
No, he's not doing the Rainmaker pose though. Is he still going to try to do it? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, he wants the Rainmaker. Look at Okada. Look at Nakamura. Backslide. No, Nakamura.
Oh,
Rainmaker!
Wow. Oh, wait a minute, though. He picks him up again.
Is
He's
he going
not
for
finished.
another one? No,
Oh, he
for
caught
Nakamura! Are you kidding me right now? Deadlift,
Oh,
no German.
The
He
German
has
now
him.
Oh, Nakamura counters.
Oh, he has his arm trapped.
Oh, but wait a minute here.
Tombstone!
Another tombstone.
Oh my God!
A
Another
second tombstone.
And now he calls for the Rainmaker again.
Nakamura's feeling it. Or no, I should say Okada's feeling it. Excuse me. Well, Nakamura's feeling it too, but in a different way.
Oh my!
And
He's
gonna
going
be the
for
Rainmaker.
it.
No! The counter!
Armbar! Okada's got his hands gripped, but if he lets go, Nakamura's got him in an arm breaker.
Oh, and look at him trying to use those limbs, Ashen, to break the hands apart. Oh, man, what a match.
Look at this. Nakamura pulling with all his strength. Okada trying with all his strength not to get caught. Okada has Nakamura nearly on his back. His shoulders are touching. His shoulders are touching. The ref needs to count. Why is the ref not counting? He's got him in a triangle there right now. But Nakamura's shoulder blades were on the mat for that brief moment in time.
Oh, wait a minute here. Okada trying to fight out of it. And can you imagine with that limb advantage how much more excruciating that triangle was?
He's got it back right in the armbar again.
Oh my God, this matchup right now.
Oh, he's got him! He's got him!
Okada sinking.
He's
and he taps! Oh my God!
Okada just tapped out to Nakamura!
It's gonna be Nakamura versus Tanahashi in the finals. Oh my God!
The world heavyweight champion just tapped out. And the title's not even changing hands.
That armbar had to be absolute agony for the Rainmaker. He is now 7-2, but it doesn't matter because Nakamura has the same record and he beat Okada. Therefore, Nakamura has supremacy of Block B. My God, what a match.
Now the stage is set, John. The stage is set tomorrow. We will be seeing Nakamura versus Tanahashi, the winner of whom will be facing Okada for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom 9. And do you know who that's got to horrify? Is Okada. Because now he knows that Tanahashi has kicked out to the Rainmaker. He's kicked out of it before. He was the first man to ever do it, and he beat Okada at Wrestle Kingdom this year. And now he knows that Tanahashi is not the only one that can beat him because Nakamura just made his ass tap out.
If you're Okada, Wrestle Kingdom 10 may signify your tombstone as the end of your championship reign. And I cannot believe Nakamura. You called it, man. You called it. You said he was going to persevere through the injury and that he was going to win this whole thing. He has one match left. And dare I say, it is the match. It is against the ace of New Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi. And I'll tell you what, though, if anybody can beat him, it is that man who has owned this ring, Shinsuke Nakamura.
And it's also worth pointing out that Okada did, in fact, hit a Rainmaker in this match, but he got greedy. He wanted a second one, and it gave Nakamura the instinct to be able to reverse it and survive. Not only now has Tanahashi survived the Rainmaker by kicking out of it, Nakamura survived the Rainmaker because Okada didn't even try to pin him afterwards.
Exactly. And the questions have got to be swirling in Okada's mind. One, And see, this is where the fear really comes in. It's not just the matter that you're dealing with both men who have beaten you. I mean, Okada has lost control of his destiny.
Yeah.
He was so dominant, Ashton. So dominant in this tournament. 7-1. And yet the one matchup he needed to win above all others, he taps out.
You know what, though, John? I don't know if I would say that he's lost control of his destiny, because maybe by him tapping out tonight, that was him taking his destiny into his own hands. And now, not only is he surviving another day because he didn't get his arm broken by Nakamura, but now he knows that his opponent at G1 is going to be one of two men. He knows exactly who to scout. He knows who it's going to be. And he doesn't have any decisions to make. He's going to let these guys beat the crap out of each other and then pick the scraps at Wrestle Kingdom.
And you might be right about that. But I'll tell you something. When you're talking about Hiroshi Tanahashi and Shinsuke Nakamura, you are talking about two men who know what it's like to be the man, to be the world champion. And no matter how much they beat the hell out of each other, I guarantee you they're going to want to beat Okada that much more if it means taking back the world title.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, the stakes couldn't be any higher. What a final we've got. Tanahashi, Nakamura. Can you imagine? They're going to have to call an architect the day after because the roof is going to blow off of this place. Who is going to win G1 Climax 2015? Who is going to win this tournament and punch their ticket to the show of shows in Japan? Not G1 Climax, Wrestle Kingdom 10. Excuse me, I'm so excited I'm losing my train of thought here. Who is going to go to the main event of Wrestle Kingdom 10? Is it going to be the main event in Tanahashi, who would main event his 6th consecutive Wrestle Kingdom? Or is Nakamura going to show up at the big dance? Is he going to do it? I mean, man, Ashton, what a final we've got.
It's a huge final, John, but the final day of G1 tomorrow isn't only about that. It's also about a bunch of other matches, including 2 huge championship matches in the junior division. The IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line, Kushida defending against Ricochet, as well as the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship on the line, the Young Bucks defending against Red Dragon, and we have a special 6-man tag team match lined up. Okada and the Kingdom taking on the Bullet Club, AJ Styles, and then Anderson and Gallows. And tomorrow's show is looking to be an absolute classic, as if tonight's wasn't already enough of a classic. But what it really does come down to is Tanahashi and Nakamura, and the winner of that gets Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 10.
The stakes couldn't be any higher. We'll see what happens the final day of G1 Climax tomorrow. Guys, be sure to join us for your best English commentary and coverage. That's all I got to say. What a win for Shinsuke Nakamura.
Absolutely. We will see you guys for our ROH review tonight, and if you're not into ROH, we'll see you for G1 again tomorrow, the final day of the G1 Climax 2015. It's been a great time, and we'll see you all for that.